Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the McGonigal podcast, episode 50. We actually done 50 of these things. Good Lord. God, somebody should have stopped us. I can't believe it. We have a great panel here for you tonight, folks. We have two of our regular panelists who are always great. On my right, Chris Dolan is here. Thanks, Chris, for coming back.
Thank you, Ed.
On my left, Dave Primiano is here. Dave, thanks for coming back. Dave's probably ready to strangle me all the times I'm asking him to come to this podcast.
No, I would be upset if I wasn't on the 50th.
That's good. Yeah, the 50th is big. It's the, what is it, the plywood episode or something? I'm not even sure what it is. But the paper mache episode, I'm not even sure. But we're going to give you...
we know it's gold.
Well, not when I'm involved, but we're gonna give you an episode tonight, folks. Whatever that means. But we're gonna start off. Happy Flag Day. I don't know, Flag Day and Pride Month in the same. I don't know how you can keep up. But so recently,
Flag Day.
Pride Flag Day. This is.
There you go. I'm sure everybody will be on board with that.
Yeah, that's right.
This stupid podcast, America's Stupidest podcast, actually got a slap on the wrist from YouTube. We got a warning from YouTube. Because we were doing an episode and we talked about a subject that only 800 other comedy shows have talked about, but we weren't supposed to talk about it. So we got a slap on the wrist and we got a warning, and the clip got deleted. I'm hoping to be like the Smothers Brothers now. Maybe, get censored once and milk it for 30 years. That would be nice if I could do that. I mean, can you believe they would censor this stupid podcast? YouTube would even know it was there.
I see it as a sign of making it.
Yeah, really.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not waiting for all the celebrities to come out like they come out for Kimmel and Colbert.
Right.
That's right.
I'm sitting by the phone waiting for one celebrity to say, "Hey, you're censoring McGonigal," and then not one. I haven't heard from one. Nobody. I think I could get somebody, maybe.
Yeah, you got to be established before you get canceled.
I've always said that. I can't be canceled because I've never been activated. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are going to cancel me. But you think one celebrity would I don't know, maybe Jimmy J.J. Walker, somebody would come out, and nobody comes out to support old McGonigal.
Do you think it was AI that picked up on that stuff, or do you think it was an actual human being?
Probably was AI. AI's running the world now. I guess YouTube has probably got AI on top of everything.
No, I think it's someone has to report it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And people.
Who the hell would report me on this podcast? You think they would have reported me for bad comedy on the 49 previous episodes?
Well, that means you have viewership. That's good.
Does YouTube have an appeals process? Because
I don't even, do they, Jim? Do they have an appeals process?
Yeah, we didn't make it.
oh,
Imagine if I put a suit on.
Within 30 seconds, it came right back.
oh, really? For
Yeah.
that?
Wow.
Imagine if I went to YouTube court.
Because the appeals usually take like a few days.
Not in this case.
That's,
I even sent an email that I didn't want to unalive myself.
there you go. Yeah.
Didn't work.
Imagine if I had YouTube court with counsel as my lawyer. That would be hilarious. That would be an episode right there. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing that I got slapped down by YouTube. We'll see.
Maybe you could take it to a higher YouTube court.
That would be great if there was
YouTube Red.
if there was some appeals process. But everybody gets censored. I don't know. But so somehow we'll see imagine if they take this podcast. I don't know how you people live with yourself if they take this great podcast away from. What was that?
I was trying to find the email.
Oh, okay. It sounded like that you had the Cinemax on there for a minute. It sounded like some girl was yelling at
I
you.
mean, TikTok put me on a child endangerment watch list with one of my jokes. So you still have new heights to conquer.
TikTok put you on a child endangerment list?
Yeah.
What was the joke?
It was that some school teacher in like Mississippi got in trouble for wanting to change the name of pedophiles to minor attracted persons. And then the joke I put was, even pedophiles are against this, saying, that's way too wordy. That's not the kind of mouthful we want to give children. And all the other jokes I've had taken down, I appealed and got put back up. That one, 10 seconds later.
Wow.
No, yeah, the appeal has been upheld.
Wow, TikTok. I've never been on TikTok. That's the one of these social networks I've never been on. I guess I got to get on there at some point. And you film yourself, right, on TikTok? You put yourself up?
It was just me filming stand-up.
Oh, your stand-up. You put a stand-up
me
clip up?
doing like the news jokes,
Right,
so I could
right.
keep it.
Oh, that's funny, but so we'll see. Maybe this, as Chris said, maybe this will lead to me getting some attention. That would be a little like that. Maybe I'll milk it like Howard Stern milked his FCC thing. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Maybe, probably not. Though knowing me, I can never take advantage of anything. I always strike when the iron is ice cold. That's always been my motto. So this probably won't work out either. I'm quite sure. Well, let's move on from this. I don't know. Were you as disgusted this week as I was by all these celebrity bandwagon New York Knicks fans? Were you disgusted by this? I mean, you want
I
that?
mean, I'm disgusted by the Knicks winning.
I was so offended by all these celebrities, Taylor Swift and the rest of them. But Taylor Swift's from Pennsylvania. What is she doing there?
Well,
What is-
when are the Sixers going to give her a chance to celebrate
Well,
anything?
That's never. She'll be Madonna's age by
She'll
the
be,
time.
she'll
they-
be Taylor Slow by then.
Yeah, exactly.
But they did have playoff games, that she could have
That's
attended.
right. She could have theoretically gone to. You're
The
right.
Sixers playoff game has not been an event since 2001.
Well, she could have.
And even then, they got blown out in 5 games.
Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I couldn't care less
Yeah.
about NBA basketball. I'm just trying to be devil's
there-
advocate for poor
She could have
Taylor
came.
Swift.
She could have came to the Celtics series when they were trying to come back 3-1. She could have been down there at the Spectrum jumping around.
But you saw that Ben Stiller said that I'm sure she got free tickets. Ben Stiller gets free tickets.
Oh,
and
sure.
I think Spike Lee
Sure.
probably gets free tickets because they have
Yeah.
like a nucleus of these
the
celebrities.
same people who are complaining about the billionaires in this country and their privilege are the ones taking advantage of the free
Yes,
seating.
exactly. I wonder if Mark Ruffalo has ever gotten free tickets to a Knicks
Oh,
game.
probably. Probably. But Ron
I mean,
and
Paramount just bought. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo's not going to be a celebrity come tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
Ron Emanuel was there. He's from Chicago. He's the former mayor of Chicago. What is he doing sitting courtside at a Knicks game? I didn't get
I
that.
must have missed that one.
Yeah, I
he was
missed that
sitting-
one too.
And Bob
I
Kraft.
missed all NBA games.
Bob Kraft was there too. The owner
Oh,
of the New England
yeah,
Patriots. He
that's
was sitting
right.
right by the court. What is he doing there? He's been around Knicks fans. What the
I
hell?
mean, he provides an additional source of income for the cheerleaders.
Well, that's
so-
true. He may have had a few stops in New York, Bob. I wonder
Yeah,
if
I'll say.
Orchids of Asia has a New York location. They probably do. They probably New York branch. Maybe Bob Kraft could have stopped off at. But I was disgusted. I mean, Taylor Swift. And the chick from SVU. She was right there with Taylor
Apparently,
It's hard
Swift.
to take,
but
yeah.
she's like friends with the players. She's apparently one of the actual diehards.
Well, because didn't she grow up in Los Angeles? Wasn't it? Her mother was Jane Mansfield. I would have
Yes,
thought. I
that's
would have
right.
thought she grew up in Los Angeles. Maybe not.
Maybe. But how
Maybe she grew
does
up
she
in-
get tickets and Ice-T doesn't?
Yeah. Where is Ice-T? She leaves him out. Ice-T of all people.
Tutuola is,
But don't her and like OG Obano, whatever,
Anunoby or whatever his name is.
the hero of the whole
that
series,
tip in
don't
was
they?
the most ridiculous tip in I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life.
They have like a pregame hug every game.
there
So,
you
like
go.
she's at regular season games too, I think.
Okay.
Her and Spike Lee, I think. are
Spike Lee, at least I'll say about him. At least he was there during the losing seasons.
Yeah.
I'll say that about
Yeah.
Spike. He was always there.
That's
but
true.
Some of these bandwagon people, they are brutal.
I mean, there's a Jack Nicholson size hole in LA that has a team clamoring for the big
That's
celebrity sideline.
Yep.
And
That's
now
true.
New
Jack-
York can take it.
Jack Nicholson, yeah, he's good. Jack's got the Alzheimer's, unfortunately, poor Jack.
Oh, I didn't
so
even
when he
hear
says who's Johnny, even he doesn't know. When he says that's a band of Jack Nicholson, Alzheimer's. How to get that one in? If Jack was still in the right mind, he'd appreciate that
Yeah,
joke. Jack would like that. Jack would like. But while I'm on the subject of Taylor Swift, she got inducted this week into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Now,
Yeah, right.
has anybody heard one of her songs? The Songwriters Hall of Fame.
I'm not familiar, but
Nobody is.
if she's actually writing her songs, that makes her the only artist left that does, right?
Yeah, I've heard
One
those
of the
Taylor
few.
Swift songs. I would try to pretend I didn't write them. I would try to say somebody else wrote them. They forced them on me. I mean, the lyrics sound written by a 13-year-old, and her voice is always buried way back in the mix. Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Great way to sell to 13-years, though.
I guess, but I mean, she's going to be in there with Lennon and McCartney and Cole Porter and all these, George Gershwin and then Taylor Swift. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't that diminish it a little bit if you're in there and then Taylor Swift gets put in? It's like when they put Harold Baines in. It was like, you putting Harold Baines in the Baseball Hall of Fame? Sort of the same thing.
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah,
I
I
had
tried
to
to forget
jog
that
my
Harold
memory
Baines
on that
was in
name,
there,
man.
but Taylor Swift in the song that's absurd
Here's
to
the
me.
thing. I would need to see a list of every member of the Songwriters Hall of Fame and then go to the margin and see, is Taylor Swift at the margin? Because in her defense, I mean, she's moved so many units of
she sold. She sold
like
a bunch.
crazy.
I can't
and
argue with
billions
that.
and
You know the
billions of
R&R is
streams.
right around the corner, so
Yeah.
you got to save some outrage for that.
The R&R.
Rock and Roll Hall of
Oh,
Fame.
good Lord.
Oh yeah, she's first
Oh
ballot.
yeah, you're right.
There's
You're
no
right.
there's no chance she's not
She
first
probably
ballot.
will get right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, because they put Cyndi Lauper in, so I guess they will put her in. Oh my God. That
I
is
like
a-
this little thing about who doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame.
It's too.
Of every disc of baseball. And,
But I
yeah.
mean, at least
Music.
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, okay. But the songwriter sure would be a little bit of credibility of your songwriter. I don't know. I can't imagine that.
I mean, is it lyric writing or song? Like, because
well, I guess it's a combination,
both,
right?
yeah.
I guess it would be
she
both.
writes her music too. Like, and
Yeah.
she plays.
Well, maybe
the
you can get
instruments?
in as a composer or a lyricist or both. Yeah.
Or just if you have a shitload of money.
Yeah, that too.
And the record company
Or
forces
if you're
you.
Harold
And the
Baines.
record company forces them to put you in, I guess. I think that might have something to do with it, maybe. But while we're talking, one more about Taylor. Her and, I'm appealing to the young
There
crowd
you
out
go.
there with
Yep.
Taylor Swift.
You're alienating young people.
Her and Travis are getting married, supposedly, at Madison Square Garden.
Really?
They're going to get married at Madison.
Maybe that's why she was there.
Maybe
Yeah.
supposedly it's going to be July 3rd. That's the date they think it's going to happen. But supposedly she's getting married at Madison Square Garden.
Are
Which
they selling tickets?
I don't think so. I think it's invitation only. But I mean, I can't wait till the next time she puts out an interview where she says, "I'm really a shy person," because shy people get married at Madison Square Garden. I don't know why am I the only one pissed off about Taylor Swift? Why is nobody else?
I mean, she's trying to achieve like, isn't he the only one that had a funeral at the Staples Center? So New York is just trying to
Did
compete
Michael-
with LA.
did
Where
he-
was Kobe's funeral?
Did Kobe get a? I don't think. No, Michael Jackson got a Staples Center. I don't know.
he
Kobe-
had his funeral was Staples Center.
I'm
Michael
pretty
Jackson?
sure it was Staples Center.
Wow. Oh my! I thought it would be like.
Yep, Staples Center.
I thought it would be a Chuck E. Cheese with all of his
Yeah.
biggest fans, but I thought. Wow, I didn't remember that Michael Jackson at the Staples Center. You got to be kidding! Wow,
Was Kobe?
Kobe had a celebration of life at the Staples Center.
I thought he might have, but Ted Williams when he died, they had a thing at Fenway Park,
Okay.
and Harry Callis's funeral was at Citizens Bank
Did
Park.
they put Ted Williams' head on the picture?
Well,
somehow?
it's still him, and he's right next to Walt
Yeah,
Disney in the
it's there
frozen
somewhere, yeah.
fruit section, right next
But
to.
Madison Square Garden, I mean, it might be like a security control thing. I mean,
That's what she was saying. But
Yeah.
the tone of what people put out, that's the only place they can have enough security was Madison Square. Which, if you saw that jackass who ran on the court in the opening game of the NBA, did you see that guy with the selfie?
Yeah, that was in San Antonio though, right? Because he wanted
Oh, you're right,
he wanted a
that was-
selfie with Wemby.
That wasn't San Antonio. You're right. But I mean, but she's saying it's about that.
He might have been the smartest person in San Antonio that night. So.
Yeah, that's still unbelievable. That guy got.
why couldn't she rent an arena in like Wilkes-Barre or something? Like
Yeah,
closer
exactly.
To where she grew
There
up?
she goes again to Pennsylvania. Why couldn't she? They got to have something up there, don't they?
They do, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you got to really have
Not
some.
quite as sexy.
You got to have some ego to get married at Madison Square Garden. I don't know. That's amazing to me that you
Will
get
the
married.
Swifties be there?
Who?
The Swifties? She gonna have a crowd?
There's
Oh,
room
I
for 'em.
they
I
sure.
heard that it was like 1,000 people. 1,000 people were invited, but I think it's all invitation. And God knows how many seats Andy Reid's going to take up.
Yeah.
God
Hopefully
only knows.
Ticketmaster isn't handling the invitation.
No, that would be funny. Wouldn't it, if you could buy them on StubHub?
Yeah,
And
right.
Get him, though, that would be hilarious. But I just thought I couldn't believe that they have the ego to get married at Madison Square Garden. That's unbelievable.
It's gonna be. Are there gonna be performances? There's got to be. Yeah, they're not just
Yeah.
gonna have a regular ass wedding band.
Right, yeah.
But that's what everybody's guessing, that it's going to be July 3rd. But we'll see. Another thing I saw is, did you see when Nick Reiner, he's on trial, of course, for the murder of his parents.
Father, yeah.
But he wants to be allowed to get the money that his father left him in a trust fund to pay his lawyer. So he killed the guy, and now he wants the money from Rob Reiner to pay for the lawyer.
I need to see some fine print.
Yeah, really.
I mean, that takes some balls. You killed your father, now you want your father's money to pay for the lawyer. Me and my father weren't the best of friends, and I wouldn't have pulled that off.
I think
wouldn't
in
have
Hollywood, that's what they call a self-financed project.
There you go. I was thinking, I hope it doesn't happen. You know who's probably worried about it? Martin Sheen, because if they get the money, that might give Emilio and
Yeah.
Charlie some ideas. Maybe I don't know. But I mean, can you believe he'd have the balls to ask for that money?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, once you stab both your parents to death, I figure you're a little bit braver than a lot of people.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. You're a risk taker by nature.
That's right.
Yeah.
You already
That's
have
the least audacious thing he's done.
You're definitely not
headlines.
shy if you've done that. That's true.
He embarrassed. Yeah. If I'm embarrassing people in front of Conan O'Brien, I feel like I don't.
Yeah,
There's not a lot I won't do.
wonder if Conan will have his famous Christmas party this year. I hate because you don't want to go. You might be next. You don't.
Maybe less plus ones at the party.
Yeah, there you go.
You don't no kids this time. You can't bring
Yeah,
the
no
kids
kids.
to the Conan
No
O'Brien.
adult kids.
No adult. Yeah, no 30-plus-year-old.
Apparently that became this big thing in L.A. Over the last few years. Conan's Christmas party. He would talk about it on his podcast. It was a big thing, and then this happens. But
Now it's huge.
now it's even
Yeah,
big. Now
right.
it's a real standing room only. Everybody
Yeah,
wants to get in and see
exactly.
who's going to be the
That
next
and Taylor
one.
Swift's wedding of the two hot tickets.
Yeah, the two hot tickets.
So who gets murdered after the Taylor Swift
Yeah,
wedding?
that's a great.
Yeah,
And then they blame the bartender for not cutting this person off.
Yeah, exactly. Cash
A
bar.
lot of CTE at that wedding too. Jesus Christ! Why limit it to just one?
there was going to be a shitload of CTE. That holy mackerel! And
Didn't Andy Reid already have a player kill himself in front? No, that was the previous coach before. A Chiefs player too killed his wife, drove up to the stadium and killed himself in front of Romeo Crennel. Was it and the GM?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Was Andy Reid there then or no?
No.
It was the previous.
Because I remember I was reading the Why Your Team Sucks articles, and they're like the coach had to
right.
go. The coach was so bad that he had to go through that experience and still got fired. Like I thought that would earn you a year.
Forgot about that. Well, here we are talking about that again. We're going to get slapped on the wrist again. Here we go.
Yvonne Belcher.
That's it.
Okay.
Wow, I forgot about that. Holy mackerel, man. We went from Nick Reiner to Andy Reid, and Andy Reid.
Ooh, does Andy Reid's kids get an invite
Oh,
to
that
the
would be
wedding?
hilarious.
That's the prime candidate right there.
They had to get out with an ankle bracelet out of jail and come to the wedding. That would be great.
Well, there's only the one left, right?
I think there's two.
No, one died.
Didn't he have 3 sons?
I hope not.
I think he did.
Did
Kinda
the
keep
hit
that-
killer manslaughter guy? Is
There
he
was-
alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's alive.
I think
yeah.
I think he had 3
The
sons and a
family he
daughter.
hit isn't, but yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
alive.
yeah.
Yeah, the girl, the kid had a bunch
He
of
has 3 sons.
3 sons. Right, I thought so.
All right. There's
Yeah.
the FanDuel.
Remember, 2 of his kids got arrested on the same day when he was still coaching the Eagles. That was hilarious.
Yeah, didn't one pull a gun on just
Somehow.
at a red light just as a joke, as a goof.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Why not? Yeah.
that's a funny practical joke. Guns are always funny. At a
Probably,
red light.
yeah. If you're in a certain car, it's funny.
Yeah.
Guns are James Harden had a laugh the other night with his gun.
right.
He had a barrel of laughs. But Nick Reiner, I'm waiting to see if they give Nick Reiner the money. That'll be hilarious. That's
There's another court case with some YouTube personality and hardcore racist that he did something and they had a GoFundMe or an equivalent crowdfunding thing, and the judge wouldn't let him use the money for his defense. So I think there's precedent starting to be established.
Well, maybe I can do crowdfunding to appeal this slap on the wrist I got. That'd be a riot. I can raise some money. I'm sure I can raise $5 or $6.
$13.
Yeah, $5 or $6 on my crowd.
That's
Are
right.
you
Dig
kidding?
deep out there, McGonigal podcast fans.
So I was reading about they're going to have. There's an AI company that's going to have an AI masturbation consultant. Where you're going to be able to go on this AI and get tips on how to masturbate. The technique and how long it should last. And
I was honestly not aware this was a problem.
Really. There's a lot of pros out there already.
you would think already know how to do it, but of course I didn't know how to fix this chair. So maybe there are certain people who don't know how to do it. But I mean I don't know. Would you go on AI and ask for tips on masturbation?
Well,
Me
figure I'm
personally?
online already.
Listen, it depends on how many beers I had, whether I would do that or not, whether I would go on AI and try to get masturbation consultant.
Yeah.
This
It's
AI is
it's
really
like an
taking over.
unwed marriage therapist, though. How would it know?
Yeah, right.
That's
It's,
this
is
AI.
Is this a premium product or just one that sort of comes included in another? another AI platform.
I don't know. Maybe it's if you subscribe to this one AI, it comes. But there's so many of these AI platforms. It's
right.
good. They're taking over the world. This is the craziest thing.
Terrifying, yeah.
Oh, it is. AI.
Man, I thought when AI swept the land that masturbation would be the one thing I have left.
No,
now.
Final frontier.
They're even taking that away from me. They're leaving us slubs nothing. Nothing. I'll be sitting. The only thing I'll have left is my hat at the end of the day. The AI
Yeah,
takes
it's
over.
really what they're doing is trying to train you on how to interact with your AI girlfriend.
Right. But I wonder how much of a pain in the ass she's going to be, your AI girlfriend. That's when you know if AI is really good. If you can make your girlfriend a realistic pain in the ass like a real girl, then you say, oh, yeah, AI is really good.
Yeah, AI girlfriend would be pissed at you for masturbating too efficiently, I
absolutely
think.
pissed off about everything you do.
To a different AI girl.
Yeah, that's cheating technically.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Gay cheating.
Masturbation. You know the
Gay
bad
eye.
thing about a
AI.
masturbation consultant, you suppose you find out you've been doing it wrong all these years. You've been gripping it wrong. You're going to find I wasted 50-some years and then I've been doing it wrong. That's really going to be bad part.
There's
Well, it
one
is.
key indicator that I haven't been.
Well, yeah. The outcome is, the outcome tells you you've been
Well,
doing
even
it right.
the best pro golfers, sometimes they change their grip and they go to a next level.
Exactly. So that could really be bad. I don't know. AI masturbation is open, but there's going to be guys using that. I guarantee it.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
A whole lot of guys will be
Who
using
have money
that.
to burn.
So they were saying that the World Cup is in America this year, and I've been reading that in the cities where they're having the World Cup, all the hookers are raising their prices because all the visitors come. The hookers are having dynamic pricing when it comes to the World Cup.
Surge pricing.
Surge pricing. I thought this is fantastic. Everybody, I'm a terrible capitalist. I can't monetize anything. So I'm cheering these girls. I think it's
First
great.
of all, you got a lot of European tourists coming in. They have some weird fetishes.
Absolutely.
Us Americans got to pay more just because some guy wants to shit on them.
I don't blame the girls though for doing that. Why not take advantage of it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, just like they say they do this when they every 4 years when they have the Republican and Democratic conventions, whatever city they come in, the hookers all raise their prices. So I don't blame them for doing it because you might as well make money while the tourists are in town.
They got life insurance when the politicians
Demand
come.
outstrips supply.
That's imagine if you're a hooker and said this is your busy season and with the World Cup, the savages from Europe are coming, drunken Scotsmen are coming in. Did you read about that one plane full of Scotsmen? They came in for the World Cup and they were drinking the whole time. They haven't stopped drinking since they got here. They went on a tear. The whole
Sounds about
plane
right.
load of Scotsmen.
They got a reputation to uphold. They are
of
doing
course.
their country proud.
You have to if you're a bunch of Scots. You have to. But I applaud those hookers who are raising their prices. I think that's fantastic.
It makes all kinds of sense.
Yeah.
They should definitely be doing that. I mean, and I said I can't figure out how to monetize anything. Next time I make a penny on either my stand up or podcast, it'll be the first time. So good for those hookers. Good for those hookers to
I
make
hear
a
the ones in
profit.
Atlantic City went double from like $5 to $10.
There you go.
kidding.
There you go. Yeah, the girls in Kensington they're asking 15 for a handy now instead of 7 like they were last week. Did it stop, Jim? No,
It's hard to find a room in Philadelphia. You got to go to AC.
Exactly. But it's I don't blame those girls for upping the price. You have to. You have to strike. As I said,
Straight up microeconomics.
strike where the iron's hot, and like me when I strike when it's Alaska is when I strike with my but so I'm we're the one podcast who are applauding the hookers. That's
right.
going to be the title of this week's episode. Applauding the
Sex
hookers.
work is real work.
Yeah.
Robert Kraft is probably pissed.
This is
though.
feminist podcast.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
You got to be pissed if you're Robert Kraft, the poor guy. Now he's just doing his usual Wednesday afternoon. Now he's got to pay triple.
Well, they're hosting, right, in Foxborough. Don't they have games in?
Do they have
So he's
games?
comped.
Yeah. There you go.
He might be. He might. What did
He's
he
brought them a lot of business.
He's sitting in the front row, either at the soccer game or the Organs of Asia. I'm not sure where he's sitting in the front. You heard about these Christian energy drinks? Christian energy drinks. They're putting out energy drinks with Jesus' picture on them. One of them's actually called Yahweh.
You did this joke on Wednesday.
I was talking about it the other night, but it's amazing. The Christian energy drink. Why would you? What makes you think if you're a Christian that buying an energy drink with Jesus' picture on it is any different than any other energy drink? I don't quite get that, but I guess it's good marketing, right? Did you get some of the Christians?
I'm guessing this is white Jesus, right? That's the
It's
that's the
definitely
bro
white.
that's the broed out
It's
Jesus.
definitely white Jesus. They're not gonna have the ones in the black neighborhood still have Jalen Brunson on the side of them. They don't have to have Jesus. Jalen Brunson or I don't know, Nicki Minaj, one of the two. I don't know, but no. But would you buy
They
it?
can't use the "It helps you fly" campaign though, because of the holes in your hands, though, right?
Red Bull gives you wings, yeah. Then Red Bull gives you the ability to walk on water. Maybe they can go with that, but I don't know. But are you an energy drink guy?
Oh, no,
I've
I'm not.
never had.
I drink a
energy-
Red Bull if I have like a long drive and need to stay awake.
I've never had cancel it bowels those things down. I don't know why. I mean I get.
Now we know where the energy comes
There you go. When he's sitting there with his legs going.
Yep.
But I'm a coffee guy, but I've never tried those energy drinks. I've always been. I never trusted them. I don't know. I've never.
They
I
do
don't
the
know. They make
job.
my heart race too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
I guess
don't trust
I'm
it.
sure they do. Like you said, a long drive, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe there's.
But yeah.
Maybe
no,
there's hookers.
I don't think anybody's going broke
If you're going
appealing
on
to
the-
religious people.
If you're going on the there it is, Yahweh.
Wow. That's a handsome looking Jesus on there.
That is a handsome looking. It
What is
looks
it?
like one of those
Take
romance
him
novels.
anywhere. Okay.
Looks like one of those romance novels, like Fabio.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly. Yeah, Fabio.
Fabio Jesus. We always
Gives you
wanted
so much
Fabio
energy, it gives you a second set of footprints right next to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe if you're going on the AI masturbation consultant, you get an energy drink ahead of time. Yahweh energy drink to
I mean,
get
they've
your
been
energy.
promising he's going to show up again for what, thousands of years? You know, maybe this will give him the push that he needs.
His marketing, his
Yeah,
marketing
right.
just hasn't been right just yet.
Jewish people had to be pissed off because they're not getting one because as far as they're concerned, Yahweh hasn't come yet, so they're not allowed to have one. They're still waiting.
Jewish people don't want energy.
There you go.
Maybe Manischewitz will come out with like a energy drink.
Energy man shit. That would be
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, having the extra energy will give it. Yeah. We prefer to complain about not having the energy to do it. Yeah, an energy drink would kill Judaism.
That's funny. That is funny. But yeah, I don't know. Jesus energy drink. I don't know what they're gonna have next. And maybe a picture of Jesus on the side of a 8-ball for cocaine. A picture of Jesus. Maybe
They should have a Virgin Mary energy drink
There you
just
go.
to balance the scales.
I think
there,
a
yeah.
Vishnu energy drink. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there
So
we go.
efficient. You feel like you got eight
Eight arms,
sets of
yeah.
hands
Yeah.
working for
Of course,
you.
if you get a Muhammad and there's a picture of
Yeah.
Muhammad on there, you got a fatwa against you because you're not allowed to show a picture of Muhammad.
So that'll help you run faster.
Oh, you
Carry around a picture of Muhammad, you'll have all the energy you've ever wanted.
You're going to be either running or dangling from a tree, one
Yeah.
or the other. See, they had in Denmark, they had this big mullet contest. Did you read about that?
I didn't hear about
The best mullet contest they had in Denver. They said it was crazy, the mullet contest in Denver. I don't know. Remember, did you guys ever have a mullet back in the day?
No.
I don't think so. No.
I obviously I never had a mullet. I went bald when I was like 14, so I didn't have a mullet. But cancel. We're bringing
You've
him-
still
he had a
got
mullet.
business in back there, though.
That's right.
You could, yeah.
Business in the
You're
front,
just a
party
very
in the back.
depressing party up front. Yeah.
Yeah, very depressing. But like my podcast and my but I'm bringing Ketzel up again. He had a mullet
Your
back in the day.
groundbreaking censored podcast.
But mullet.
Where'd you say this mullet contest was?
Denmark.
Denmark. Okay, because I've seen like in the States, like kids with mullets. Like parents submit pictures of kids.
Apparently
with
there was
mullets.
one at some kind of Pennsylvania farm festival. There was a mullet contest too, but there was a big one in Denmark, which I don't know. It sounds crazy. A mullet contest in Denmark.
I didn't know. I thought that was something that we perfected.
Yeah, I did too. There was something else American getting stolen.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of like European hockey players with some,
With mullets? Maybe they're into it over there. Then. Maybe. But I don't know.
Throwing out that lettuce.
The mullet. I wonder how many guys are getting laid at the mullet contest. Probably some.
I mean, if they have siblings.
Yeah.
Is it for locals only, or is this an international competition?
I got the feeling that it wasn't just for locals. It was
Okay,
anybody could go
wow.
over
People
there,
flying in to show off their mullet.
The mullet
Gotta plan
contest.
ahead.
I don't.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
yeah. if there's money to be won.
It sounds like an excuse to have just like the world's worst open mic with a bunch of guys with mullets showing up, and that's what it sounds like. But mullet contest, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
I think we've all been to the world's worst
Oh,
open mic, or what we consider to be the world's worst open
the only
mic.
open mics I've done over the years. believe
I've
me.
prayed at some comedy shows that a mullet competition
Yeah,
breaks
you
out.
would break
Something, mullet contest, or
Please, destroy this monotony of comedy.
somebody would take their phone out and get the AI masturbation consultant.
Yeah,
going.
exactly.
I've needed a Yahweh energy drink to stay awake during some of the open mics, but yeah, the mullet contest. See about this new phenomenon with young people and young women. They're telling guys that no ride, no date. In other words, if the guy doesn't have a car, they're not going out with him. They're not. No more. I had to take an Uber to meet you. I had to take a train to meet you. If you don't have a car, no ride, no date.
Wow.
These
I
young
thought that
girls.
was always the standard.
You would have thought, right? At least, but apparently, there's somebody's. What is it now? What do they call the young people now? Generation Z. Is that
Z,
what
I
they
think
call
we're
it?
on Z.
Apparently, a lot of them don't have cars, and they just been getting a girl to meet him somewhere, and the girls are now on like Instagram and all, like drawing a line in the sand. No more of this. No ride, no date.
Wow.
No ride, no. That's the thing. I mean, I'll still bang you on the first
Yeah.
date, but no ride, no date.
I would think in like large metropolitan areas that'd be a tough policy.
That would be, especially like New York, yeah, where so many
Yeah.
people don't have cars. I don't know, New York, Chicago.
LA would probably,
LA, everybody, yeah, they would
nobody
say
walks
nobody
in LA.
walks
Does that mean
in LA.
does that mean we're starting to get more trust in the bear again? We'd rather get in your car than meet you at a public place.
Yeah, right.
Imagine, yeah, they don't know. They must not know all the
Yeah.
creepy guys. At least from
Men's reputation is restored.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, it's like, because now they have all these safety protocols for Ubers, and there's none of that for like
yeah.
some rando
Yeah,
that
some
you're gonna go out
random
on a
dude
date
pulling
with.
up,
Yeah.
Some random dude, but I don't know. I guess if I had a daughter, I'd want her to have that policy, no ride, no date policy. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, but I don't know. Yeah, get on the L train and meet me somewhere. Yeah.
I would think there'd be like a certain like level of car that they would want to see too. You know, not some guy pulling up in like a Isuzu.
Suzu. I hadn't heard of Suzu in a long time. Oh, that's funny.
I had to think fast.
Wow, that's funny. And Suzu. How about
what is it?
if
Or
a guy
Daewoo.
pulls up on one of them scooters, these illegal scooters that shoot around? Does that count as a ride?
Yeah,
How about
electric bicycle.
How about a skateboard?
Yeah.
The dude has a skateboard. Does that count as a? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't, but that's funny. No ride, no date. These young girls are drawing a line in the sand. You know, they'll still blow you. You know, the one drink, but then no ride, no date. They're drawing a line in the sand. These young girls are not that easy. For God's sakes, they're not that easy. That's why you're gonna need the AI masturbation
That's right.
consultant, because you can't out of a car, you ain't getting laid. Apparently, you know about another new trend with the young people: the stay-at-home boyfriend. The boyfriend who stays at home, and the girl's out working. The stay-at-home boyfriend. I was reading about. Yeah, in my day, we used to call that a coke dealer if you were stay-at-home boyfriend. Stay-at-home boy. I think that's worse than the not having a car guy. The stay-at-home boyfriend. I mean, imagine if you had a daughter.
Is he
and-
cleaning or
Yeah.
cooking?
Does
or?
he have a work from home job?
Probably
I
not. He's
wonder?
probably playing the Grand Theft Auto where she's out working.
Yeah,
I would imagine
Call of Duty.
Well, that's good. He gets all the hooker beating with a bat out of his system before she
go.
gets home. Another win for men.
I don't know.
Stay-at-home boyfriend. Okay.
I don't know. To me, you got. I don't know.
Sorry,
I don't know.
you got to put a rock on this. Yeah.
There are some women who will do that though. They will support the guy. They will support a guy, which is amazing to me. But there are some
But as a
women-
boyfriend, he's going to become accomed to a certain lifestyle. He needs to be
oh.
protected.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that can happen. Yeah, I mean, I've known people that can happen. There's no question that can happen. The guy's used to. And then he's wait a minute, work. All this year, you're grabbing my style here. What do you mean get a job? Yeah, I don't know. But they used to be you had to be a pot dealer to be a stay-at-home boy. You had to be, you had to something,
Yeah, you had to
something
meet
going.
your customers right
Yeah,
where they need
something
to
on
be.
something on the side. I don't know about this stay-at-home boyfriend. Maybe.
A lot less weirdos on your couch when you come home, when you take out the drug equation.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been on the point in my life. I've always been a stay-at-home. I didn't have a girlfriend. That was the kink in it. That was the wrench in the whole works. I was just home and not with no money coming in. I didn't work it right. I didn't find a girl who would support me. I didn't find a girl who would support me if I had $1 million either. So that might have something to do with it too. But maybe. I was reading about this guy down in Florida. He went to an all-you-can-eat at a Golden Corral, and then because it was all-you-can-eat, he refused to leave. They couldn't get him to leave.
Is it 24 hour?
Finally, 9 hours, they had to get the cops. He was there for 9 hours at an all-you-can-eat. Because he said, no, I'm not leaving. It's an all-you-can-eat. And he wouldn't leave, and the cops finally had the 9 hours. But he's got a point, right? It's an all-you-can-eat.
There should be a stipulation that once you take a break, like a long enough break from, like if he's consistently eating that whole time,
well, he might have been.
Then tip my cap to him. If he takes breaks like a pussy, no, you've started a new check.
But that's pretty funny that he refused the 9 hours in a Golden Corral.
Episode. Right.
It is, the remorseless eating machine.
Oh, that guy is a star. That guy, I'd like to get him on the podcast because he probably can't move at this point.
I was gonna say his health cannot be that great.
He'd have to zoom in. He wouldn't be able to get him in person. But not 9 hours. I mean, that guy is a stickler. He's one of those guys that sticks to the rules. You know?
Yeah. There's got to be an allotment of bathroom breaks, an allotment of how long you can stop eating.
That's a star.
How much is a visit to Golden Corral? Do we have any
idea?
$22?
I've never been to a Golden Corral. I don't know.
That's like an average buffet. Actually, that's a shitty one though. That's probably closer to 15, right?
I don't know.
I know nothing.
I go
about
to the
Golden
fancy
Corral.
sushi buffets for
there you go.
$22.
Nice.
I'm afraid to go out in public. I keep reading about all these fights that break out of these places and then shootings. I'm afraid to go anywhere. The older I get, I sort of barricade myself in the house.
Kind of like an all-you-can-eat Waffle House.
Yeah.
There you go. That's another one with the fights but that guy is a star. He refused. They had to get the cops after 9 hours.
This was Florida?
Yeah. Imagine the cops dealing with this. The cops
It only happened once.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine the cops.
Now there's a sign because of that guy.
You must be like, what the fuck? If you're a cop and the guy won't leave the all-you-can-eat. What? That's what you got to do.
If there's no fine print, they have no argument either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. They painted that sign the next day. That sign is up.
Did they stay open past the traditional closing time to accommodate this guy?
They didn't say that in the article I read, so I don't know. Maybe he might have got there,
like at opening time.
So maybe he had plenty of time. 9 hours. That guy is a star. Who would have the balls to do that? No, that guy's awesome. I mean, I might have spent 9 hours in a bar when I was younger, but maybe. But 9 hours at an all-you-can-eat.
As long as you keep drinking.
That guy is a star.
They did throw me out too, though.
Yeah. I eventually got it. I eventually got the hint to get out. Yeah, there's no question.
Yeah, the Golden Corral saying you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
It's the first Golden Corral in history that's initiating a last call.
Right.
The Golden Corral. Do you see where Seinfeld was accosted a few times this week, asking him his stance on Palestine?
I did.
Asking, why would you think that Jerry Seinfeld is a political person? The guy's never taken a stance on anything political in his life. Why would how is he the guy you're going after?
Because he's been pretty pro-Israel the whole. But
well, yeah, I mean,
at the same time, if a self-described influencer ever came up to me and asked me to say something, I'm going to say the opposite because I don't respect them.
Well, that's true, but I mean, of all the people, you're going to be not a politician or an elected official. Jerry Seinfeld is who you're going up to on the street with a camera and trying to antagonize into a political statement.
Was it an influencer that went up?
They wanted him to say "Free Palestine," and he said it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. But it was like twice this week. They were on him with the phone right up to him, and they had him on accosting him outside of Madison Square Garden.
Was this courtside at a Knicks game?
Yeah, it was
coming
outside,
out of Madison
Square Garden.
Really?
Yeah, it was coming out of Madison Square Garden.
Good guess.
He officially has fuck you money, so he
he has a building to house his cars in Manhattan.
Wow,
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld, that's like going up to Daffy Duck or something. I mean, Jerry Seinfeld, of all people, have you ever watched him and thought, hey, I got to get his stance on it? Never.
Free Palestine. Yeah.
I don't get it. Of all people you could single out, Jerry, there are other comedians, Bill Maher or somebody who takes stands, but Jerry Seinfeld.
Well, the end game is this dimwit probably got the views.
Oh, yeah, well, that's the idea. And then you're trying to hope Seinfeld loses his temper, and then you really get clicks because you get an angry Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, that's that. But I don't know. That's that. Like you say, these influencers, I don't know. They're crazy. They're
I don't
worse
care
than-
much for Israel, but if an influencer comes up to me, opposite. Fuck these people. Get a talent if you want to go viral.
Don't say anything bad about Israel. I'm on shaky ground as it is with YouTube. That's the last thing we say. Somebody.
Yeah, the Alphabet Corporation
the whole
is
thing's going to go
listening
black.
in.
I'm going to go. Screen's going to go black. I'll be off of Facebook and Twitter. Don't we like Netanyahu here at the McGonigal podcast.
Maybe you'll get your own dedicated censor, like,
Maybe.
Saturday Night Live or something like that. Standards and practices. They'll be able to tell you what
If
you
we
can
push
and can't
Israel
say.
far enough, I'm going to get something. I'm going to get a
There you
rain
go.
cloud over my head, come down on me. You see this phenomenon in New York? Speaking of New York, these guys who are coming up out of manholes. Did you see this? Somehow they don't know what these guys are doing. They're going in manholes, and then they're coming to like 6-7 guys coming out of manholes, and they don't know what they're doing down there. And it's been happening around Manhattan.
Security for the Taylor Swift wedding.
But they don't know what they're looking for down there. Why they're in, they think it might be YouTube influence, crazy people filming stuff.
Sure.
But they're in the. And that's dangerous. They being down in manholes in Manhattan. You don't know what's down there.
They wanted to offer the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles courtside tickets to the
To
game.
the next game.
But I mean, this is how crazy the world's getting. That you got guys in manholes
Those
in
covers
Manhattan.
are heavy. Who's lifting them off?
God, but they all of a sudden you see the cover. One guy almost got hit by a car. He was coming up, and a car was coming down.
Holy moly.
And what a loss for society that
Oh,
would be.
Imagine if we lost that great guy.
I respect that more than the influencers, though. That's someone that's willing to go knee deep into shit.
Can you imagine? I can't imagine what's that. Just the horror of being in a manhole anywhere, but never mind Manhattan of all places. Manhattan.
Like
mean-
Ed Norton.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a very dated reference.
Ed Norton, yes.
So
Well,
not that Norton I know then.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah. This is the only podcast where if you said Ed Norton, the host would know who you were talking
Yeah.
about.
I mean, after
Any
the,
other, they wouldn't know who Ed Norton was.
After Game 5, I
Yeah.
think the sewers might be the only place where you weren't going to get stabbed.
You know what? That's very true. That might have been the only safe place in New York if you're in a manhole in Manhattan.
But
There's
how
like
many
60
posts have you
stabbings?
seen saying it? And they say Philly fans are bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, did we have stabbings? We had
No, I don't think. I don't
think
know.
so.
We had
we
a guy.
had a guy eat poop.
But they did turn that person's car over. Remember down in Broad Street, they just decided to pick somebody's car up and turn it over, which would
Yeah, but
be-
the owner was one of the people doing it, right?
Was he?
No, I have no idea.
I didn't think so.
That's
but,
Philly fans for you.
but you imagine it's bad enough you're parking in Center City and then now you get your car turned over. Jeez.
Well, that's your fault if you do that during the Super Bowl.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess.
I went to the clincher at the Phillies clincher in 2008
Right.
and parked
Oh my God.
in Center City, but there was no danger.
Oh,
I
wow.
just took the Broad Street subway back, and nothing bad happened
And you
to the
parked
car.
you parked on the street.
Yeah.
That's, wow.
Yeah.
Holy mac! Like you're lucky it was still there.
Yeah, I think the bedlam, such as it were, probably hadn't made its way, to.
And you're lucky you were able to even get on the subway in that insanity down. That must have been
Yeah.
crazy down there at the clincher.
It was great. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
It must
Not
have
a bad memory.
No, I'm sure, but holy mackerel.
No stabbings that I recall.
God, yeah, Philly has to pick their game up next time.
right.
Philly has to pick their game up. But and you see where the Chicago Bears are moving to
Indiana.
Indiana. That's insane. How can the Chicago Bears be in Indiana? That's ridiculous.
I saw a map of it though. Is Chicago partly in Indiana? Because it all looks like it's still like
It
a
is
city.
because I've done that twice where I've gone out there and stayed in Chicago and then drove to Indiana. It's right. It's like driving from Philly to like the Jersey Shore or something like that, or maybe even closer. It is
think,
pretty
yeah.
close.
Is that the last stadium with a stadium name too? That's just
Well, Soldier
done.
Field?
Soldier, yeah.
It might
Everything
be.
else
Well,
is just
well,
a
go
Wrigley-
corporation name.
Wrigley Field. Well, that's all the Wrigley is, yeah. But
Yeah.
and Fenway Park, yeah.
Well-
Those old places are like that. But
Once the Meadowlands, took New York
Oh.
teams, the
Chiefs are in Kansas City.
Yeah.
They're going to Missouri.
yeah, you're right.
Or,
right.
Kansas.
But Kansas City is in Missouri.
But they're going to Kansas
going to
City.
Kansas.
Yeah.
Across the
Yeah.
Delaware River.
Yeah.
But they finally have their first quarterback since Sid Luckman, and now
Now they're moving. now they're moving.
It's
But,
just a weird time to do it. They finally have a team
Yeah.
to be
But it's
excited
just-
for
it-
since 1985.
Well, you don't know if they'll still have that team in 4 years when the stadium finally
The
opens
Chicago Bears, they're such a big part of Chicago. The Bears, they can't play.
Yeah.
I feel like the Eagles went over and played over in, Mount Law or something.
Yeah.
That's even worse. I mean, the Chicago, but you can't take the Bears out of. I mean, somebody said it was because of the drive-bys and the murders. I don't know if that's the
up. No,
reason,
it's
but
municipal funding.
yeah, I'm sure. But it's
And that follows the Bears, right? That's just
oh,
going to
sure.
happen in Indiana now. Yeah.
Yeah.
probably. But that's a shame. The Bears moving to Indiana. That's I don't know. That's. Have you followed this in the baseball stadiums? This whole phenomenon of tarps off, where people
Where they take their
whole
shirts off?
sections of kids take their shirts off and bare chest.
You lost my interest so quickly from the beginning of that sentence to the end of that sentence.
Tarps off with it. The whole section will get together. They don't even know each other, but people all come together and all have their shirts off and the whole place. And it's all pasty white kids, of course, pasty, out of shape white kids.
That's me.
It's no.
Except for the kid part, obviously.
There's no Cindy Sweeney out there, unfortunately. It's just
Yeah, it's all the guys.
Yeah, it's all guys with their shirt, the tarps off. I don't know. It's like the new wave.
Yeah.
Tarps off. The guy. I don't know. There's no. The last thing we need in this country is more skinny white guys with their shirts off. I've always said it. We don't need more skinny white guys with their shirts off. I'm against it.
It's going to bring in the wrong kind of audience for
Yeah, it will.
baseball. Yeah.
Well, no, that's the pasty white guys is pretty much what baseball's been living on for the last 100
I
years.
was talking about pedophiles.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I guess. Well, there's some of
And when
those
you
too.
caption that later, PDF file is how you code it, so you don't get a clip taken down.
There's some of those too. Pete Rose was an all-star. So the pedophiles have always been around baseball.
Yeah, he
Pete
dated a
Rose
14-year-old.
Yeah, there you go. So it's not new in baseball.
Charlie Hustle.
Yeah, Hustle was exactly right. And he was trying to show his charge. He was
They were
trying to show
probably
his
pretty
charge
close to
off.
forgiving him for gambling too.
And then he gets into that. Yeah, we forgive you for the gambling. What now? Oh God.
Yeah, there we go.
Always hit on 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
How disappointed do you think the TV networks are and everybody that Caitlin Clark isn't a little bit more attractive? Don't you think they're a little bit disappointed? I mean, she's got everything. She could be a star, but if she was just a little bit prettier, don't you think they're a little bit? Don't you think some of this kind of the magazine covers and everything? They got to be a little bit disappointed that she isn't prettier.
I mean,
Isn't that team? Who's Sophie Cunningham?
Oh,
Didn't
yeah,
she play
yeah,
on the
she's
Fever?
really pretty,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's very pretty. Yeah.
yeah, they just got to give her a pretty enough supporting cast.
Well, they
there
did
you
with
go.
Sophie Cunningham, but I don't know. They got to be a little disappointed that she's not prettier. I would think.
But every player on the Indiana Fever is beautiful to me.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's how I feel too.
Yeah.
In case YouTube is watching,
I'm just trying to save
and
your
we
bacon
don't want
there.
we don't want to judge women by anything except their merits, of course. But I think they got to be disappointed. I mean, come on, it's they got to be disappointed. But maybe they're not. But I mean, I would think if I was the ABC and everything, man, if you could just get a pretty girl to be that good of a player, how great would that be? Angel Reese is actually pretty attractive, but she's not as good. She's not as good a player.
I mean, her rebound numbers are up since they're all on her shots.
There you go.
But yeah,
her own shots. That's true, but still, the rebound
yeah, she's
numbers
got
are
a-
up. But
great bod, great bod.
oh yeah, she's very attractive. But well, if
But
only,
she has value as an NBA, as a WNBA
of course,
player.
valuable as a
so,
human
yeah.
being. Of course, if we just have Caitlin Clark's talent and Angel Reese's body, holy mackerel! Look out! Look out!
There's the Thunderstruck movie. There's the Thunderstruck sequel that
Yeah,
we've all been waiting for.
It's a Freaky Friday right there to just switch them up. You know, I keep seeing these commercials. I've been seeing them for years now. There's Colo Guard, where you can check yourself at home for colon cancer.
The commercials aren't as funny as they used to be.
Am I supposed to trust myself to check myself? Well, how does that work? You check yourself for cancer. I don't. That sounds like the craziest
No,
thing
you
I've
take
ever
a
heard.
stool sample and you mail it
And
to
you
them.
mail it, but I mean, I don't know. I still think you can do something wrong. Well, isn't it better to go to a doctor than
I mean, they'll
they do it
Or
yourself?
they do the same thing a
now?
colonoscopy, so they do the same thing shoving a tube up your ass does, or
I would trust that more going to the actual medical place than doing it myself.
what do you catch the shit in?
What's that?
What do you-
If you have to supply your own sample, do you have like a little net they give you, or
That's a
imagine
good question.
Or do you hover over the box?
I don't think you do that.
I guarantee there are guys out there who are hovering over the
There's
box.
probably a tutorial online that tells you
Probably
that,
with
that
right
says how it
right
works.
behind the AI.
It's more fun to speculate. I've never. If it's not step one, then I'm gonna tap out and just improv.
I don't know. I did do it yourself cancer check at home. That seems crazy to me. I don't know whose idea that was. I think you're better off going in.
Well, they say it's for people without like a family history and all
Oh,
that
okay.
jazz.
Well,
Yeah, for people with low risk. And probably the worst result you could get there is return to sender.
Oh, that's funny. Return to sender. Oh yeah.
How'd this come back?
Improper postage. Oh, that's funny. That really is funny. Oh my God. But I don't know. I wouldn't trust myself doing my own test. I mean, I wasn't a good student. I'm not going to jump into medicine all of a sudden.
Right.
I don't think there's anybody not qualified to be medical. It's Ed McGonigal. See, read about these guys in Philadelphia who stole a trash truck.
I haven't.
They stole a trash truck. Now, I don't know what you would do with a trash truck if you stole one. But think about what are you going to do with a trash truck? I mean,
Take a 15-mile-per-hour joyride.
Yeah, right.
I don't
constant
know.
showers. And,
The resale value's got to be low. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you're going to do. What you're going to do with a trash truck? What the knuckleheads thought they would do with a trash truck?
Hang
They
on to
might
it
have
until the
a-
next garbage worker.
they might have a body or two
Well,
Yeah,
that
there you
they
go.
want to be discreet about.
maybe I don't know. You'd have to be pretty drunk to steal a trash truck. I don't know. Come rolling down the street with a trash truck. I mean, me and my friends did some stuff when we were drunk, but stealing a trash truck, that's got to be a new one. That's an all timer. Stealing a trash truck. I don't know.
Full or empty? I imagine empty. Eh?
I think it was empty, but who knows? Who knows? But I don't know, Philadelphia. And then they wonder why Philadelphia gets made fun of when they're stealing trash trucks, for Christ's sakes. I don't know.
Maybe some small town needed a trash truck and decided to hijack one from a rich city like Philadelphia.
There you go.
At least save it for the next
The
championship.
big rich,
Yeah,
rich
that's right.
Philadelphia. So there was more stuff this week about they're going to release UFO files. I mean, are you buying it? What do you think? You guys think there are UFOs, the aliens coming
mean,
down?
It'd be depressing as shit if we're all that's in this galaxy, but
Well, it'd be more depressing if they come down and we find out they're just as dumb as we are. They might be as dumb as we are.
if they can get here, they're not as dumb as we are.
I don't know. They might be, and they might have bad tattoos and bad podcasts just like us. It might, they might be the same as us. I don't know. It might be really disappointing. But everybody's waiting for this big bill. Oh man, it's going to be great. We find out it's probably not going to be that great. The news isn't going to be that good. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know. Do you think Benjamin Netanyahu's in charge of that too, or just the weather? Is he in charge of the space aliens too? Because this guy's got no. He must be exhausted all the things he's in charge of.
I mean, I'm assuming he's not in charge of them if there's like actual pictures of them and not just the charred remains of where they were,
That's true.
once were.
They wouldn't be if he was in charge. They wouldn't be alive.
Yeah.
That's a good point. If Netanyahu had anything
He's
to
a
do with
bomb first, ask questions later
that's
kind of guy.
a good point. Yeah, they wouldn't be alive. And they still haven't figured out what happened with these missing scientists. With these, like 12 or 13 scientists.
That worked on like
some
Area
of them worked
51
on
or something.
Probably in the
Someone worked
back of
on
a
UFOs.
missing trash truck.
Some of them worked on nuclear, and some of them they haven't found. A couple of them they found dead. A couple of them just disappeared in the thin air. And there's like 12 or 13 of them, and it sounds like something out of a crazy conspiracy, but apparently
Yeah.
it's true. These American scientists just disappeared, which had nothing to see here. Don't ask any questions
right.
about missing scientists. How come we can't get missing influencers? They don't go away. YouTube guys never go away. Just the scientists disappear.
A few went missing.
Who? There's a few missing.
My favorite jokes of yours is about a influencer that went missing. And something about the Brian Laundry guy, and then your punchline was Petito Potato.
Petito Potato. Yeah, that's
And
right. I forgot about that.
Oh, that girl, Petito?
Gabby Petito.
Was she an
and
influencer?
Yeah, they
was
They
she?
traveled and they did videos of their camping excursions and
That's
Wild
right.
West and stuff. And
So they were filming each other, and she just disappeared.
yeah, the joke was they didn't know whether they wanted to call him a person of interest or a suspect. And it's like, well, Petito Potato.
There we go. How much are we gonna get in trouble for making fun of?
There's a 3-year-old joke for you.
It stuck with me though. I fucking laughed so hard when I heard it.
We're gonna get in trouble for making fun of a dead girl now. Here we go. There's another suspension coming.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, if you're a hot girl influencer,
Hot
I
girl-
suspect you're going to go missing at some point.
Hot girl summer, dead girl summer. Maybe it'll be this year. But so I saw where we recently had 2 big horror movies blow up at the box office. One was called Obsession. The other was called Backrooms.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess people are into horror. Did you see either of them, Dave?
No, I gotta.
I didn't. See
I've heard. I haven't heard anything about Obsession. I've heard either really, really bad things about Backrooms or really, really good things, and nobody seems to have.
They
I'm
both,
not a horror movie guy personally.
No, I'm not either. That's why I didn't go to see him. And Obsession really blew up at the box office. But I was like, I'd like to go to the movies because I like movies, but there's nothing I want to see. And then I see, 2 horror movies and the big Spielberg movie coming out. It's not for me. That kind of stuff isn't for me. But I guess it's good that people are going to the movies, but I don't know.
You can go see that Nate Bargatze movie, and you have the whole thing to yourself.
The breadwinner, which is a shame because I
See
like
what-
Nate.
yeah.
Bargatze.
I like him too.
See what
yeah.
17% of critics said.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Which, listen, if I could get 17 positive for this podcast, I'd take it. I'd trade with Nate. But he apparently wanted to do a movie where it was just family friendly.
Yes.
Which is cool, but I mean, apparently it was.
He got it.
I'm excited for Spielberg though. Return to sci-fi for
It's like
Spielberg.
he's
Disclosure
repeating himself. Though.
Day.
Don't you think
Didn't
he's
that open
repeating
already?
himself?
Or
I
is it-
think it's probably on Friday.
Okay.
I go on Tuesdays when it's
Oh, nice.
cheap.
It's like is that the cheap night with AMC?
They've made it Tuesdays and Wednesdays now.
Oh, really?
But this week
how
there's
much is the movie?
For the recliner seats, it's 8. For the shittier ones, 7.
Wow. I might, if I go to a movie, I'm going to have to make sure it's on a Tuesday or Wednesday. I didn't
But I'm
realize
seeing the
that.
karate movie this week, The Furious.
Oh, The Furious,
I
yeah.
didn't know what that was, but yeah, I think Spielberg is just repeating himself. It seems like he's already done it. He did Close Encounters, he did E.T., now he's doing another one. Seems I have no interest in it. I'll be honest with you. I have no.
He also did a
I'll
movie
give a
about
re-
AI masturbation guides.
That's right.
That would be cool. If Spielberg did.
Didn't it have Haley Joel
Haley Joel
Osment in
and
it?
Jude Law, yeah.
That would be fun. But
It was just AI. But,
Here's the bad thing. We're sitting here tonight. We're missing the big UFC 250 fight on the White House lawn, and I can't believe we're missing that to do this dumb podcast.
What's the line
but
in Office Space? I can't say I'm really missing it.
I mean,
One of
guessing
the
there'll
great
be-
movies
yeah.
of all time.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
Office Space is awesome.
the UFC has 80 undercards, right? So
No,
the
that's
actual
true.
event doesn't start till
Probably
like
won't
10.
be about minute. But the best thing, UFC, Artie Lange had the best joke about UFC. He said every UFC fight looks like 2 gay guys were about to have sex, and at the last minute, one of them changed his mind and had to fight his way out of it. That's the greatest UFC.
Artie also looks like he got punched in the face by a UFC
Artie
fighter
looks
right
like
after
he got
that. Yeah.
kicked a few times. He does. I don't know if Artie's still alive or not, but Artie, I love you. He's awesome.
Yes, he
For
got,
so-
some,
yeah,
he got
the-
some work done, too.
You did
I
get the
think.
nose fixed?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Of the him and Norm duo, no, Vegas made a shit ton of money on that
That
one.
movie, that movie, Dirty Work, which was directed by Bob Saget,
Yeah.
and Artie's the one out of 3 who's still alive. You would have won a
True.
shitload
Yeah,
of money.
Farley
on
was
that.
in it too.
And Farley,
Oh, wow.
Well, Farley you could see.
Yeah,
Farley you
but so
see.
you could see Artie too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That Artie would be
and
alive.
Don Rickles.
Who?
Well, he was already old, but
Oh,
yeah.
Rickles is
Rickles
dead
is
too,
in the
yeah.
one scene. That's
But,
just,
that's the best scene.
they let him fucking they
He
let him
starts
ad
talking to Artie's stomach. Say, hello, ice cream. Hello, ice cream. Yeah, Baskin said Baskin Robbins just
Yeah.
called. You got him down to 12 flavors.
I'm saying now, if there was a Vegas bet on who was the surviving member of that, you
Yeah.
cleaned the fuck up if you bet Artie.
Artie Lange,
Artie
yeah.
himself told the story about one time he had dinner with Greg Giraldo and Mitch Hedberg, and he said, if you would have bet out of the 3 of them, I'd be the one alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. But well, we did about an hour, Jim, and it was a lot of fun.
That
We
flew by.
hopefully we'll get censored again. Really get some juice going. Maybe.
right.
I don't know, but maybe some of them Netanyahu comments will get us on the shit list. They'll come. This will be a big show next week. It won't be here.
It's the Caitlin Clark one that's going
Oh,
to
the
do us
Caitlin
in.
Clark. Yeah, that'll get me on some shit list. But I really appreciate you guys killing. Anything to plug, Chris?
No, I did a show last night, and that's all I had booked for the
How-
foreseeable future.
How was the show?
It was good. It was a Don't Tell comedy show in Fairmount. It was
Nice.
very
nice,
fun.
Nice. And Dave, anything to plug?
I want to say it's the 27th, the Thirsty Hound, and follow me, Dave Primcon. Some New York stuff that
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
it's got. I gotta solidify it. Though.
Oh,
Sweet.
Yeah.
maybe you go up and walk in the
That
manholes.
means they'll forget about me
Walk in the
before. Yeah.
manholes when you're up and then but me personally, I got a couple of gigs. June 26th at the Milton Theater in Milton, Delaware.
Oh, great
June
room.
27th, the Hotel Fee Soleil in Skippack, Pennsylvania. So that weekend I'm busy. Every other weekend I'm not, but that weekend I'm busy the 2 nights. That's the way it works. But listen, please check out everybody on social media. Check us out. Please subscribe to this podcast. Subscribe, share it, like, spread the stupidity. Folks, we'll see you on the next dumb episode. Thanks a lot. McGonigal Podcast.
It's America's stupidest podcast. Think NPR for dummies. This is the McGonigal Podcast.